Good morning, everyone. We are going thrifting. There's my sister Keelie. Ew. All right, we're gonna go into this thrift store, and we might not be able to talk in here because of the music. Sometimes the music is loud, but we'll show you guys what we're finding. All right, let's go in. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Oh, look at that.
It's beauty. It's 25% off store-wide.
Yes. So like I thought, the music was really loud in the store, so I wasn't able to record the audio in the store. And so I just want to do like a voiceover for you guys so you know what we were seeing and what we found interesting. So I found this little filing cabinet kind of thing, or like a little, I don't know, like a filing cabinet on wheels kind of, that I thought was really cool. I thought about getting it for my classroom. Keelie found a lot of like glassware and things like that when we were thrifting. There was also this really pretty picture and this like peacock cake stand. We thought that was really cool too, and I think she said she actually saw like a peacock light somewhere at a thrift store, so that was kind of cool. And this store also has a lot of selections of different types of like plate sets and dinnerware and things like that. I love looking at all of the different types of dinnerware just because it reminds me of, like, I don't know, like having fancy parties, I guess. This was definitely the find of the weekend. This absolutely gorgeous embroidered picture that we actually got from my mom. It's going to go in her new home, but it's so beautiful. And there really wasn't much information on it. What does it say right there? Oh, it says an original by Carol. So Carol, whoever that was the one that made that picture. But we just thought it was absolutely beautiful. And later on in the video, I think I shared it in the video, or maybe I might have shared it on Instagram, we found a really beautiful chair to go with that picture. So it's going to go in my mom's house, like in the writing section of her house, like a little desk section. I thought this little bicycle was really cute too. I thought about getting it, but then I wasn't sure where I would put it. So yeah, like I said, Keelie found a lot of different types of dishware. Keelie also found some paintings and pictures as well. And I want to say that picture was $15 and then 25% off, I think. The middle of this store usually has different types of furniture. Like, they usually will keep their bigger pieces in the middle of the store. I thought these canisters were really cool. I don't know what they're for, but there were 3 different sizes of those canisters. And they have some like baskets and things like that in this section. But what do you guys think these canisters are for? I really have no idea. I thought that the bee was kind of cool, but I just don't know what they would be used for. Keelie also found some really fun Christmas stuff, and she found some really pretty, they look kind of like vintage Christmas ornaments, but they're glass and they're so beautiful. So we're just looking through some of the Christmas stuff right here, and a lot of different things that had like mice actually. So it's always interesting when you find things like that, when you find like several of the similar items. So here are those ornaments I was talking about. Keelie found these beautiful glass ornaments, and I think they're really like nostalgic and really pretty. I really love the different colors, and they have some glitter as well. Then I found this trim, I want to say, and I thought it was really cool, this black and white trim. I thought it was like just a neat style. They usually have some pretty interesting fabric underneath this table at this thrift store, so I always try to look and see what I can find. And then I think we started looking down the section of like dishware and things like that. There's Keelie dancing. I don't know why. Don't really know what she was doing. Probably dancing to music. And yeah, so this whole section of the store is all different types of dishware. And here Keelie is dancing again. I feel like whenever she sees the camera, she thinks it's like the Keelie show, and then she just performs. It's the actor, I think, in her. And so again, we're looking at the dishware. I found this really pretty like tea set, and I thought it was really cool. I think Keelie ended up getting it. It was really pretty. Then she found a little snake, and she wanted to try to scare me with the snake. But this is the tea set that she ended up getting. It was really pretty. I love the blue, and it has really beautiful flowers on it. And the handle of the teapot is like wrapped as well, which was just really, really pretty. She found so many things when we were thrifting on this day at the thrift store. Like, it was so funny. I felt like she just kept on finding more and more things. Isn't that beautiful though? That teapot is absolutely gorgeous. I can't remember exactly how much it is. I'm trying to look at the tag and see, but yep, she ended up getting it, and I mean, I think it was just really beautiful, so I definitely agreed with that purchase. More dishes and like dishware sets, and the one thing I thought was really cool in this section was that they had these Oneida maybe like plates and cups, but they were in like the original box, which I always find things in the original box so interesting. I shared a thrifted DIY last week where I used some trays to make like a tiered tray, and this tray that I found at the thrift store looks very similar to those. I thought it was really interesting. It was a different pattern, but a very similar style, so I thought that was a really cool find. This part of the thrift store has a lot of like mugs and tumblers and things like that. Also some like plastic like kitchen items like Tupperware type things. Keely found some of the figurines that they have and she wasn't sure if that was a pigeon or not. I really wasn't sure either. So yeah, we found quite a bit over here. We found these, I think, salt and pepper shakers, maybe? I'm not sure. They were like either salt and pepper shakers or like figurines of dogs, and they looked really sad. I don't know, I felt really bad for them. And then we also found, Keely found these like gold containers and this really pretty like pitcher and plate. It was so, so pretty. Then I looked in the crafting section. I think Keely might have gone over to look at the clothing at this time. And I just saw a couple cool things. I don't think I actually bought anything from this section, but I did recently share a thrift haul where I bought like like stamps almost, like they're used to cut letters out of paper. I found them at this thrift store. Then I also found some bedding that I thought was really pretty. And of course, I am going over to the toy section because I absolutely love the toy section. You guys know I love to find vintage toys and just things that are nostalgic for me. I don't think I found much on this particular day at this store. Actually, you know what? I do think I found one set of toys that I actually got for my niece and nephew for Christmas. And I think that's really it that I found over in this section on this particular day. So definitely one of my favorite sections to look at though, because I have found some really great vintage items there. Of course, I also had to look at all the fun Christmas items. Some really fun Christmas sweaters and Christmas vests were in this section. I was really tempted to buy some of them, but I did not. This last one I saw was really, really like elaborate and really, really interesting, but I decided to not get them. Oh, I also love this one too. The snowmen were so cute. I was really tempted by that one because I was like, I don't know if I have a snowman sweater, so, but I didn't get it. So then Keely and I went to another thrift store. We found this telescope and microscope kit. I thought about getting it. Keely also found this hat. I think it was like a moose, maybe, or maybe like a deer hat with antlers. I'm not sure. We found some like Christmas stuff. So in this whole section of the store, it's like a Christmas setup. And I was curious what the Christmas decorations looked like inside of this container. And I thought they were pretty, really pretty. I don't believe I bought anything in this section of the store. And I usually start by looking at the toys, but Keely wanted to look in this section first. I found those precious moment ornaments, and yeah, I don't think I bought anything in this part of the store, but there were definitely some really fun finds for Christmas. I also thought this purse was really pretty as well and that purse too. So we found a lot of stuff that we thought was really pretty. And like I said, I usually start in the toy section, but Keely wanted to start in the back of the store. And so the back of the store actually has furniture and like housewares and things like that. And so we decided to start in the back of the store and see what we could find. I found this apple apron that you'll see in just one second. Keely found some Christmas stuff. But this apple apron right here I thought was cute, and I decided to not get it because I have a lot of aprons and I do actually wear them. But I just decided to not get this one because the top of it was like almost like a quilt material, and I just don't know how comfortable it would have been for me to wear. This part of the store has different types of tablecloths and fabric napkins. Sometimes they have aprons and just like bedding and things like that. So I really like looking in this section of the store. I also sometimes find some vintage stuff in this part of the store as well. I recently found some Little Mermaid bedding actually in this part of the store. So definitely some fun finds. They have Christmas trees there right now. I remember one time we were getting ready to host our first Thanksgiving at the house we're in right now, and I actually went to this thrift store and I was able to find so many different like fabric napkins and tablecloths and things like that. And it was really great because I still have all of those items and I love using fabric napkins for hosting because they can just be washed and you can also like have really fun and pretty like designs with them. I also saw this table and I thought that was really interesting as well. It's been there for a little bit. It hasn't sold, but I didn't really know a whole lot about it. And here's another dance break from Keely. I'm not sure what's going on, but she, saw the camera, she had to perform. Then on the other side of the furniture, they actually have a really fun crafting section. I have found some really cool markers and colored pencils and things like that here. I have found some fun crafting books as well. I don't think I found anything on this particular day, but I think I was looking a little bit at, there was some one item I was looking at that I thought was interesting. I think I was looking at this thing of patterns. I think if you can see that, like the paper in the bottom inside of that bag, those were different patterns. I think sewing patterns that were just like left like open. I was just interested to see what kind of patterns there were. They also have a lot of pictures, and Keely definitely loves to look through the pictures. I do too. I feel like I go in like different like trends, I guess, with thrifting, where sometimes I think one thing is really interesting, and then the next week I'm like more interested by something else. Um, and around the other side, I'm like walking around to the other side. They have lamps and kitchen appliances and some more dishware. I was curious about what that was. I wasn't quite sure. I think it said V Tech. Um, it looked like a video game system or something. But I also really love looking at the kitchen appliances. I just think they're so interesting. Some of the things that, the products that were made in the past. Interestingly, we actually found a lot of things with bees on it on that particular thrifting day. Keely also saw this. Is it Tweety Bird? Tweety and Sylvester, I think those are their names. It's been so long since I've even thought about those characters, but I think they're called Tweety and Sylvester from Looney Tunes. And then I think Keely said this was an ice bucket, but I liked the different types of metal on it. So the part of the store that we're in now is like the middle section of the store. In the front of the store, it's like clothing and toys and kids items, and then in the back of the store, it's furniture. And this is almost like a hallway in the middle of the store. We always find a lot of mugs here. Oh, we found this really cool Epcot mug, and I thought about getting it, but I didn't really know how I would use it. It was kind of like a small mug, but I love the like around the world theme of it, and it looked like an older Epcot design. We also found Grandpa in a glass or something like that. I don't really know what that was, but I thought it was really interesting. So Keely and I decided to take a picture with it. I also found this Winnie the Pooh water bottle holder. It looked interesting to me and it kind of looked vintage, but I couldn't find any information on it. And then we found this strawberry item. Wasn't quite sure what that was either. And then Keely went to the dresses and I went to the toy section and I found this CNC. I always thought those were so cool when I was little. And I always wanted one and I just thought they were really interesting. Then I found this lullaby light thing. I don't really know what it is. I think it's like maybe like a night light, lullaby light show. They also had some new books, which I actually looked through the books last time I was at the thrift store, so I found some great finds there. Definitely found some interesting toys. Nothing vintage really that I could find. I thought maybe that little house might have been vintage, but I couldn't really find any information on it. I wasn't even quite sure what brand it was. I did end up buying this bag set right here. It's like a bag that you would use for carts, and I thought that was really, really great. You just sort of like clip it to the cart, and I thought that was pretty cool. And I also found this bag of, I don't even remember what was in that bag, honestly. I thought maybe they would have some like newer toys in it, so like I went around the other side to see if I could see what kind of toys they were, or newer or older toys. But I think when I actually looked at it, it was kind of just like a mix of several different things. Then I also found this Esmeralda doll. I remember that movie, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. I loved her when I was little. And then I looked at the book section that is with the kids' items. It's like the children's chapter books. So here Keely is showing me some dresses that she found. There were quite a few vintage dresses in this part of the store. I don't believe we ended up buying any of them, but she was actually showing me this blue one, this blue and green one that was so pretty. Just we thought the style was really pretty and like the fabric was really pretty as well, but we also didn't buy that one either. But there were definitely quite a few like vintage donated items. And here Keely is still looking at dresses and I'm on the other side looking at coats, and so we're just talking to each other through these two different clothing racks. She found that really fun like zipped sweater dress almost, and I found this kind of like a rain jacket almost that I thought was really cool. It's this gray item right here. I thought it was really cool, and so I showed Keely. And then I actually just gave it to her to put into the cart because she had the cart with her right there. But I really liked it. It's hard to kind of see on the video, but it's like a really interesting rain jacket kind of, but not in like a rain jacket material. It's really hard to describe, but I thought it was really cool. And that's going to be it for today's Thrift With Me video, well, Thrift With Us video. I hope you enjoyed going thrifting with us, and I hope you enjoyed this like voiceover that I did for this video because the music was loud. Sometimes I'll do this so that I can still film for you guys, but I don't have to worry about avoiding the music. So I hope you enjoyed this style of video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. I recently changed the name of this channel from Thrifted Living to Kieran Mackenzie. This channel includes so many different types of content. I have videos about thrifting, DIY, my life as a teacher, like vlog style, so many different things. So if you enjoy any of those types of topics, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Please follow me on Instagram at Kieran.Mackenzie, and you can follow me on Facebook at Kieran Mackenzie YouTube. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!